Hello everyone, I'm Simeon Grace. So here's the style we're making in our tutorial today. It's a shoulder bustier. Mine is a shoulder bustier with basque. You can decide to make yours princess that bustier or straight padded. It depends on your choice. Welcome to class. First, we're going to be drafting out the front bodice. To fold the fabric, I use the bust circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 2. Then to that, I added extra 2 inches because of the bustier. So at the top, I minus 6 inches, and then I measured out the armhole length of 9 inches because of the bust size. Under bust length 15 and the full length 22 inches. The bust circumference measurement is taken right below the 9 inches divided by 4 plus 2 plus the extra 2 inches. So the same as the under bust circumference divided by 4 plus 2 plus the extra 2 inches, and then waist divided by 4 plus 2 plus the extra 2 inches. Here is the shoulder measurement divided by 2, that's 8, plus the 2 inches, that's 10 inches. Now the 2 inches extra is meant for the bustier. So I added that because of the bustier, right? So now we move to folding. The bust span is 8 inches. So I folded 4.5 inches. So I added 0.5. From the under bust length, I measured the nipple point of 3.5 inches. Now at the base, I am going to be taking out 1 inch from the base till I get to the under bust. I'm going to take my 1 inch all the way. So I'll connect that just like this. Then from the under bust, I connect to the nipple points. Then I'll cut that out. Now what I'm cutting is a shoulder bustier. You can go with straight padded. You can go with princess that's bustier. But I'm cutting out a shoulder bustier. So if it is your straight bustier, you just need to go ahead to draft it. Now here is our 4.5 inches folded. So from the center front, I measured 5.5 inches. You can reduce it to 5 inches if you want, or 5.5 inches. Now from that point, I measured out 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be connecting from the nipple point. First, I'm cutting out from my 5. This is my 5 inches. Then from the 5 inches, I measured 2.5 inches. So here is my 2.5 inches connected to the nipple point. Then I cut. Now working on the center, we minus 6 inches. You can still bring the center as low as 8, 7, 8.5 or 7.5 depending on your choice. And you can as well draft out your neckline. I'm cutting out a princess dart, and here's the result. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is place my fabric to cut out the lining. I'll cut out the wadding as well. So the wadding is for the fabric, while I'll be using a paper stay for the lining or stay. To cut out the yoke, now I'm folding the bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. So the length of my yoke is 10 inches. Yes, I measured out 8.5 as the sweetheart neck on my plain black fabric. Here is shoulder divided by 2. Then I'm connecting all the way to create my armhole. The neckline is what I'm measuring out. I measured 5 inches as the depth and 3 inches as the width, and I'm connecting round. Now like I said, I measured out 8.5. It was minus 6 we did on the plain black fabric. So I came down a bit to make it 8.5 inches as well. But here I cut out 10 inches. Now I'm going to be placing it like this from the base of the 8.5 inches, so that my sewing allowance is there already. So I'm going to just cut out the shape that I have on the black plain fabric, just like this, and then I have my yoke. So by the time I join, it's going to come out here at the center, and that's it. So we move to cutting out the back. To draft out the back, it's just my measurement divided by 4 plus 1. So I am measuring now minus 6, and I have my 8.5 for armhole, under bust 15, and now the full length is reduced by 1 inch, so it's 21. The bust circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 1, under bust circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 1, and the waist circumference measurement divided by 4 plus 1. So I'm going to connect this, then I'll take the shoulder measurement divided by 2. And of course, we can cut this out just like that. I did not have zipper allowance because it's not going to have a zipper. And of course, I used just 1 inch. I added 1 inch as my allowance because it's going to have loops behind. Now measured 4 inches, and then from the 4 inches at the top, I'm going to slant to the base because I want my loops in form of a V shape. I'm going to show us just like this. This is what I want. Now for the yoke part of the back, the length is 8 inches. I minused 6 inches from the main fabric, so I added my allowance to make it 8 inches. And here is the shoulder divided by 2. And then from the base, of course, I'm going to connect to get my armhole. So the neckline measured 1.5 as the depth and 3 inches is the width. So from my 1.5, I measured 1.5 again, and the width of 3 inches for the neckline. So here I am taking out 2 inches. The 2 inches depends on your choice. You can make it 2.5, you can make it 3 inches if you want. It depends on how much opening you want at the back of your dress. All right, once this is done, I'm going to open it up to see what we have. And of course, I'm going to cut out my lining as well. I'm going to cut out my stay to be ironed on the lining and of course on the main fabric. Opening it, this is how it's going to come out. Let me arrange it so we can see. Now moving to the yoke. Here is the pattern which I cut out already. When you look at the style, it has another fabric placed on the yoke. It's actually your choice if you want to place it on it or not. So let's draft out. So I took 1 inch from the center, then 1.5 inches measured down, and here from the armhole I'm marking out 2.5 inches. This is more like a sketch, just a sketch, not like it has a particular measurement that must be taken. All right, so I'm going to cut out that shape, then I'm going to use this pattern to cut out my black fabric. So after cutting it out, we're going to be placing it on our net, that's the yoke, just like this, and I'm going to be stitching it down first. You can go with this design if you want, and if you want your plain yoke, that's your plain net, you're good to go as well. So if the extra fabric is not placed on it, the yoke is just going to be plain like this. And if you want to place it on it, it's going to come out this way. This is just me creating a design, like I said. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask. So we are done with that, and of course, moving to the base of the dress. Mine is a mermaid dress, so I already draft out my pattern. All I need to do is to place it on my fabric and cut. So you can go with the base of your choice. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll answer. And if today is your first time on this channel, you also need to subscribe. Please do that now. Till I see you next class.